It's a two-seater, it's a convertible, it's a sports car, and for a whole variety of reasons. That's not the normal sort of car that people use commuting to work.
No, my last girlfriend, I think she thought I liked the car more than I liked her.
It has a different image from the Porsche, sort of BMW, sort of all that sort of thing. It's just got a different type of image.
I like TVRs because they're very individual cars.
I'm obsessed by TVRs.
I think it's the best sports car, period.
Compare it to Ferraris. That's the sort of level of performance that you're getting for a fraction of the cost, and it's British.
I think you've got to be a bit of a character to actually buy a TVR in the first place, because it is not an ordinary car, it's not an everyday car.
I think it is an obsession, yes. We're also actually quite fun-loving people, so we do enjoy getting together and swilling a few pints, etc., etc.
A lot of the friends I've got, they've got TVRs. The club and the camaraderie is now so big.
We've come all the way from Cornwall to be here for the 50th anniversary celebrations of TVR.
I've had the car for 4 years, so I thought I'd make the special effort as it's the 50th anniversary. I thought this was the one that I wanted to come to.
We've had people fly in from Sweden, but driven from France and Germany in TVRs, and a big contingent have come from Holland.
We drove about 1,000 miles. We came from Holland through Belgium to France, then through Dover, and from Dover through Wales to here. Why? To make holiday and to meet other mad people.
Oh, absolutely loopy. Absolutely loopy.
When they purchase these cars new, they go to the factory and they sign the actual fiberglass body panels before they start to assemble them. No, I suppose it takes a certain type of person to enjoy that sort of thing, but they're great enthusiasts for their motor vehicles.
I am also an owner of about 2,000 of this kind of models. Only English sports cars.
You got to do something when you're here, and so why not?
Yes, a little bit crazy.
Well, we've had the car for 18 years and we've always liked something a bit different. We like the company of TVR owners. We like to support the club.
All the cars, people, it's quite a friendly sort of club. It's the fact that it's British. It's a bit of a thinking person's car rather than sort of the run-of-the-mill sports car. The V8 engine and the brutish looks.
Bit of a beast to drive, this one. You need a lot of respect for it.
Well, that's my car. Unfortunately, it's not here today because I'm rebuilding the suspension at the moment. The picture was taken at Alton Park in September last year when the club hired the circuit. It gives you an incentive to do more. I think if you just own a car and you're not a member of the club, you might take it out the odd Sunday for a bit of a jaunt or whatever, but being part of the club, there's a lot of activities going on that you can get involved in, hence the track days and events like this.
TVR members, I think you've got every sort of person, because you can buy a TVR that costs £1,500 and you can spend hundreds of hours restoring it for next to no money, or you can buy one new out of the factory that's going to cost you £40,000, and that covers every part of society, really.
My car's an old car, which I prefer to the newer cars.
Friends either tend to see you as very eccentric, wanting to spend all your money on a car which is highly likely to let you down or which creaks and rattles a lot.
We drove up in our 1600M, which is 25 years old now, coming up for its tax exemption, which is great.
There are girl or female owners, but overwhelmingly, 100 to 1 probably. Here's a female owner, or driver anyway.
I'll be the one. I'll be a supergirl.
Do you find that you get a lot of attention driving around in it?
I'm married, but yes.
Yeah, where is your husband?
A lot of people don't think it's mine. They ask me if my husband lets me drive it. which is not very good really.
The membership in car clubs is basically a male thing. You know, they enjoy playing with their toys.
My partner's actually had it since 1973. So this old dear has been in his life longer than I have.
Do you get to drive it? I know, we won't let you.
No, I don't.
Will soon.
Well, it's my husband's as well. Actually, we got the TVR instead of an engagement ring, so I never got my engagement ring.
Well, I wish I had half the attention the car does sometimes.
People buy them in their 20s if they're wealthy, or they buy them in their 50s when they've got the children off their hands. There's a member in Cumbria that bought his car new in '71. He still drives it and he's 87. It's an investment in enjoyment and leisure.
I've owned this for nearly 7 years. I've had a Vixen before that for 4.5 years, so I've had 11 years of TVRs. And I've also got a Grand Tourer, 57th TVR built, which is in pieces in the garage at the moment. I don't know, there's some indefinable quality. Even though everybody knows the cars are not perfect, there's just so much character and the history as well.
It's made of polyester, so it doesn't rust. It has a chassis, it has a big engine, and the top can down.
What's the reaction from the blokes in the street when you go driving past in this with the top off?
What, the car's top off? Just good fun.
It is basically, I think, a love-hate relationship. They're great fun when they're going well, which isn't all the time.
I know they've got their own individualities, they leak and they overheat and so on, but who cares?
The first time I took it to Holland, at about 100 chasing a Porsche down the motorway, the rear seal went out to the gearbox and we changed it in the motel car park. We actually managed to get the car up in the air far enough, take the prop shaft out. Somebody went home, bought a new seal, a Dutch guy, brought a new seal from his garage and we changed it in the motel car park. It was quite entertaining.
There's been bits in the kitchen and in the lounge and even in the bathroom, but the bedroom was out of limits.
I think you have to be a particular sort of person to put up with these idiosyncrasies, yes.
If we wanted, we could get any production car today, but I'd rather stick with TVR, I think.
I'm always amazed that so many people live in Blackpool and they don't realise that just down the road is the biggest British-owned car factory. You know, the factory makes 2,000 cars a year and no British-owned car company produces that number.
In the early days, the factory itself were in fact ticked off on a number of occasions for testing the performance of their cars as on the country roads. But in regard to the average TVR owner, personally I've never ever had to speak to any of them. I find them a respectable and a law-abiding group of people.
You know, they're not expensive, easy to run, good fun cars. Just something about them.
Everybody looks, yeah, driving down the street, and I think it's the noise as well that makes people turn head. Yeah.
Nice British car, noisy British car.
I think lots of people, they look at the car and they'll smile and, you know, I think that can make people's day.
You know, you come, you do your activities and unfortunately you've got to go on Sunday and go back to work on Monday.
So if you were offered tomorrow at Lamborghini in exchange for this, what would you choose to go for?
I'd take the Lamborghini, sell it, get the cash, and buy a few TVRs.
I'll always have a TVR somewhere in some state.
We don't part with it. You know, I don't mind whatever hardship we go through, but we wouldn't part with it.